Hey, what's going on? We are live for Financial Fitness Friday. And today we are going to talk about some things you guys should be thinking about. And mainly things that you should be thinking about in terms of alternative investments for safety. Okay. Here's why I'm saying this, guys. There's been a lot. Like, if you told me the last 4 to 6 years were going to go as they have gone, no one would have believed that. Okay. Not one person. Between COVID, all the crazy stuff that we're seeing now, the wars, it's nuts. Okay, and so what I want you guys to think about are places that you could park discretionary income that will hold its value or increase in value. Okay, we saw Bitcoin, okay, from like 2019, 2020 run up to almost over 120,000. All right, we're starting to see it creep back down. I think dollar cost averaging into that is a pretty good move right now. Silver and gold. Everyone saw silver and gold run up. I mean, silver had an all-time run. Okay, gold had an all-time run. We're talking about 100% increase in certain time frames, which we've talked on here before, right? And here's why I think silver and gold are actually really solid right now. One, they're easier to convert to cash. Two, there's certain pieces of silver and gold that you can buy, okay, that would be very easy to exchange. All right, people couldn't question. And the reason that's important is because if let's just say things go down, the system goes down, how are you going to buy and sell things? Okay, or if the dollar continues to collapse, let's just say, let's not even go to the most extreme case, because the most extreme case is there's a problem with the grid and you need to be able to buy and sell or barter. Let's go to the dollar just continuing to lose value, because it will, and it is. There's no doubt about it. Well, how do you preserve that buying power, right? And it's really those three asset classes. You could say stocks, but if stocks take a big dip, you're going to be in trouble. Dave, what are your thoughts on this?
Yeah, I mean, stocks, right? Looked at another piece of paper. I think anything with tangible, right? You can
Yeah,
feel it, you can touch it, you can melt it, you can shoot it, right? We don't talk about weaponry a lot, but like weaponry has some value. You know what I mean?
yeah,
And not to get
bullets, baby, bullets.
yeah, man, not to get like too outside the box, but the weapons, control everything. There's a reason why there's not a quote unquote mass invasion here. I mean, look at our country, right? Like I don't want to get too sideways with this, but pretty much there's what's the stat, man? There's almost like 2 or 3 guns per person on an average in this country, something like that.
Yes, but that's also heavily skewed, right?
I'm
Because
sure.
you have the people that have, you know, a war chest, and then you have people that don't have anything. So
Yeah,
that is a skewed number, but it is an accurate number. There's a lot of guns here.
right. So think of that. That has some value. They always say, hey, who has the guns typically wins. So not to get sideways, man, but bullets, that's a good trade thing. Look at back in the day, right? Like, American Indian War, right? What was a lot of trade back then? Weaponry, goods, leather. Again,
Yeah.
going back to tangible things. You talk about gold. Um, gold and silver are steady. I have a really good friend here locally that has the gold and silver shop. He's busy all
Yeah.
time. And that just goes to show you that where people's thoughts and minds are, in society right now. But I think people always sleep on tangible goods because they just compare money, right? It's
Yeah.
just something to trade. They don't look at it, hey, this is a piece here or something that has way more value than the dollar does.
Yeah.
So that's my thought.
Bullets, dude.
It's some of that
Bullets.
tangible
They're
stuff.
not cheap.
No, gunpowder.
Yeah.
Bro, there was a time a couple of years ago because I have a really good friend that does this, to
Mhm.
where it was actually more expensive to reload than it was to buy mass produced ammo.
Yeah. Yep.
Primers, like break it down, shell casings, primers, bullet heads.
Dude,
Uh,
it's not just that. Like, you need certain machinery. You need certain, like, sand grains to
yeah, a
yeah.
scale, a press, um, machinery, right? So anyway, yeah, we got real sideways here, but
Oh, you totally shiny bouncy ball.
but no,
But you're right. And the only thing, if we're gonna go that drastic, though,
no.
I want to put this in your guys' head, and this is, I wouldn't even say this is like a financial fitness Friday piece, but it's a real thing. Like, how do you, can you survive, right? Could you not go to a food store for a month or 2 months and survive? Do you have any type of means of self production? All right, I'll tell you what I did. I've put certain fruit trees, certain nut trees on my properties. Right, I have like 10 of them at my office. I have like 3 at the house. Okay. The other thing is I have chickens. Why? Because I like, once you have your own chickens and you get fresh eggs, you'll never, ever, ever go to the store for eggs again.
Mhm.
Like, it's disgusting. Okay. It's really that much, dude. It's that much of a difference. You see it.
Yeah.
Like, eggs are not, usually eggs are not bright yellow.
No.
Okay. And the eggs are certainly, they usually come out white. Right. And so you pick up these like soft skills, and these are skills that we all lost, and it's crazy because the vast majority, I would probably say 90% of the country, okay, if things went sideways, these are skills that were lost probably 2 generations ago, or at least 1 generation ago. You know what I mean? And it's almost like no one has any interest because we've made things so easy today. Right? If you need something, you just go on your phone, you click a couple buttons, it shows up at your door.
Mhm.
Well, guys, that's when things are great, okay? That's how it is, but that's not real life. Okay? You go to a different country, it's not like that.
No.
And so, like, that's something that you guys, we've all taken for granted, and it's all gotten very, very, very soft.
Yeah.
All right.
Nobody
well,
likes waking up at 5 a.m. to go hunting when it's 20 degrees outside.
No, absolutely not. I don't like doing that.
Sit for 10 hours, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
That's the fun of it, though. Man.
It's true, but like, all these soft skills, man, and how many people actually know how to do it?
No.
And then if you mix that on top of, like, hey, what's people's health? Like, we talk about, growing in all areas of your life. Well, dude, if you're overweight and something happens, how are you gonna keep up? How are you gonna do this? So you don't know the soft skills,
Mhm.
and you're literally a liability.
Yeah.
Think about that. What's one of the biggest things in the Bible? Like, you got to be able to provide and protect for your family, for your wife, for your kids. Okay. How many of you could honestly and truly say that you can do that? And like, if this offends you, good. I mean that, because it's probably hitting something deep down that's primal that you're not doing. All right. The reality is, most of you guys could not do any of the shit that we discussed. And if that carries on, how are you going? If something happens, how are you going to do anything? You're not. You're going to sit there. You're going to suffer. You're going to hope that some of your friends know how to do it. Well, guess what? Your friends are going to get tired of carrying your ass. Okay, that's literally what happens in these situations.
Yeah, the weakest link, man. They'll kill you off.
Anyway, so buy some alternative assets, right? Gold, silver, Bitcoin. All right, any type of discretionary income. And some of you guys, you don't ever get started because you think that it's you think that it is a
Planning with no execution.
that you have to do like a big buy or big order. That's not the case. Okay, like, you get started by getting started, even if it's $25 a week. You do a little bit here, a little bit there, and next thing you know, everything's different. Okay, so just get started. I hope this helped you guys. We'll catch you on Mindset Monday. Thanks for tuning in.